Hey guys, it's Russell back, and on today's video I wanted to tell you Merry Christmas. You know, it's weird because it's like 67 degrees out here right now, and I wanted to come out here. Diesel the Doberman is running around out back here somewhere, but I've got a problem. It's Christmas Eve. You're going to be seeing this video on Christmas. Well, the Accord's got a problem, which makes it my problem. There's Diesel. What's up, buddy? Okay, so here's the problem. As I was doing the last video shoot, I noticed that there is a screw in my tire. So what I want to do is, you know, I know a lot of people don't do their own car work, but I want to show you how to repair that at home if you have to in a pinch. And I'm going to tell you this first. The absolute best way to repair your tire, if you have a nail or a screw or anything else in it, is to take the car, your car or the tire, up to a tire store and let them take the tire off the rim, put a patch on it, and rebalance the tire and then send you on your way. Well, that's not possible right now because there's no place that's open. If the tire is repairable, which this one is, it's not a very big screw, but you can put a plug in it. Now, I've used plugs for about 35 to 40 years, never had a problem with them. I'm going to show you the old school way to do it, and I'm going to show you something that's really neat. So this review is actually going to be, this video is going to be a review on a product called the Dyna Plug, which I use in motorcycle tires. You can use it in car tires. You know what? Enough talking. Let me show you what I've got. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys the way that we used to repair tires. Well, actually, this is still a way a lot of small tire shops still repair small holes like this. Alright, if you have something that goes through the sidewall, the tire is done. It's not going to be repaired at all. Fortunately, this is still in the tread. It's a small screw. So we have these very, very gummy plugs that you would take one of these plugs, thread it through this small eye right here, okay, so it would be halfway through. You would pull the screw or nail out of the tire, take this reamer, which is just a serrated heavy piece of metal with a handle on it, run the reamer down there to rough up the surface just a little bit more. Then you would take some rubber cement, coat the plug, and then put some on the hole. And then you would attempt to take this, which, you know, this is pretty thick, and when it's doubled over it's even thicker, and try to shove this down into the hole. You'd get it down in there, and then you would have to remove it really fast, and the plug, it would cut the plug in half so that two pieces of it would be up like this. Then you would just take some scissors or a razor blade and snip that right there. Okay, so that is an option. It works very well. I've used it, like I said before, for 35 or 40 years. If you do it right, it will never leak again, and it will last the life of the tire. In fact, I believe at one time when I was running BF Goodrich's on the Jetta, and those tires are a magnet for metal, I had 9 plugs total, and like 2 in each of the tires, and one of them had 3. But what I want to show you guys today is another, or the newest method to do tire repair like this, and this is called a the Dyna Plug. Okay, it's a aluminum, and it's basically an aluminum device that you would take one of these plugs here. Okay, I'm just going to show you these. It's got a little small brass tip on it, and it's got the plug material on the end. You don't have to use any type of rubber cement. There's no reaming of the hole necessary. This one I got has a extra wide place you can put your hand so you have more force. You just pull this off, and then you pull this out, and this has the plug in it. Okay, you just reload it in there. Okay, so the way this would work is you put this back on, then you unscrew the locking collar, put this right there like that, put this back on, the correct way, of course. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is, and I'm going to do this real time for you guys, I'm going to remove this screw, and then I'm not going to use any rubber cement or anything. I'm going to stick this down in the hole at the same angle and just pull it right out, and the plug will stay in there. Okay. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and get our Phillips screwdriver, and I'm going to just pull this out. Okay, you can already hear it's getting ready to hiss as soon as I do that. And then as soon as I pull that out, I'm going to take our preloaded Dyna Plug and just put it in the hole. Okay, it's just going to go straight in. This is why I like the wide handle. Okay, and then just pull it out. That's all there is to it. Now before I cut this right here, I'm going to take probably some water or some soapy water and squirt it around the hole and make sure it's not leaking. Dynaplug says you can put up to 5 plugs in each hole. Hopefully we won't need to do that, but let me show you the screw that was in there. Okay, somehow I picked that up on the road, and let me get some, actually I'll get some Windex and I'll be right back. Alright, you can use regular water if you want. I'm going to use this because it'll foam up really good if it is leaking. It'll bubble up. Okay, let me see if I can zoom that in a little closer for you guys. Okay, there does not appear to be any type of leaking or bubbling at all. So the next step is to just cut this off flush with the tread and install the wheel. Alright, so I've got a straight razor here. I'm just going to very gently slice that off just like that. I did it flush, and check it one more time. Okay. No bubbles at all. So now I'm going to go ahead and put the tire back on, or put the wheel back on the car. Okay, so I got back from my test drive. I also, when I installed the wheels, I torqued the lug nuts to the proper pound-feet of torque. And I went for a test drive and adjusted the air pressure. Actually, I just checked it. It didn't need to be adjusted. And there is the end of our plug right there, and that thing will last the life of the tire. So as I said before in the video, the ideal way would be to repair this would be to have the tire taken off the wheel, have a patch put on the inside, and then the wheel and tire reinstalled together and then rebalanced. But you know, this works just fine. If you don't feel comfortable with that, that's fine. You can do it the way that I just told you to do it. But you know, this costs, I don't know, about $2 to fix, and it will last as long as the tire will last. So it's an option, especially if you don't have access to a tire store. If you may be out in the boonies four-wheeling or whatever, this is a great option to use. So guys, I hope this video was helpful, and I hope that you will subscribe and give me a thumbs up, and I will see you guys on the next video.